Hello, everyone. This is Chazlyn from the Upper Skagit Library, and it's Tech Tip Tuesday. Today, we're going to be learning about Libby, which is the mobile version of Overdrive, which does ebooks and e-audiobooks. So I'm going to be cheating a little bit today. Libby, as I mentioned, is a mobile version, meaning that it's for tablets and smartphones. But I found a way to use it through the desktop so that I can record this video and show you how to work it. It should be mostly formatted the same. We'll see, and if I do see any differences between the two versions, I'll let you know, but I'm hoping that it looks pretty much exactly like what you'll see when you use the app. So without further ado, let's figure out how to use Libby. So Libby, in the little bubble right over here, she says, welcome. Thousands of public libraries offer ebooks and audiobooks for free in Libby. Let me ask you a few questions to guide you to your library. So the first question is, do you have a library card? And I sincerely hope your answer is yes. So we're going to click on that. So she gives you a couple of options here. You can, if you've already set up another one of your devices with Libby, you can actually copy that information from device to device. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume we haven't done that. You can let Libby guess your library using GPS on the mobile device. I've not had any success using this method. She always seems to think I'm in Seattle. So we're just going to manually search for our library, this middle option here. And it does come up with Upper Skagit Library. And we're going to click on us. Okay, and it wants to know where we use the card. Well, we use the card with the Upper Skagit Library. So we're going to click on that. And now we enter the card number on the back of your card. And then the PIN number. And then we wait for Libby to find us. Okay, so we're signed in. When you rename the card, it's a nickname basically. So I have personally I have one with our library and I also have another one with Timberland's library. And so I make sure that each card on Libby is named with the names of those libraries just so I keep everything straight. So no changes are needed here. We just push next. And then it brings you right to the Washington Anytime Library. So the big difference I'm seeing right now is that the screen is taking up the full screen of my monitor. When you're looking at it on mobile, it's going to be a little more skinny because it's formatted vertically for your smartphone or your tablet. The buttons look pretty much the same though, so I think we'll be all right. Okay. So very much, if you've seen the video we did on Overdrive, there's going to be a lot of similarities. There's really not going to be too much different. There are curated playlists, not playlists. What do we call this? They're collections. There are curated collections at the top, curated by the Washington Anytime Library folks. You can also choose options for Kindle exclusively. You can see what's new in ebooks, new in audiobooks. You can see what's popular, what's currently available as opposed to being on hold. You can see just added. You can explore subjects. They've got a really neat display here. I love it. So it's very, very similar to Overdrive. There's not a whole lot of difference. The biggest difference between Overdrive and Libby is just how you access it, whether it's the computer or the mobile device. If we click on, let's see, let's look at this book about bees. Really, other than having the difference of the computer versus the mobile device, the other big difference is the user interface, the way it looks, the way the buttons look. Typically on the mobile version, this will be towards the top of the screen. On my display, it's towards the right, but you still have the buttons for borrow, read sample, or you can add a tag. So with Overdrive, it's known as the wish list, and that's kind of your only option for keeping track of things. But with Libby, this stack of books here, that kind of functions as a wish list. You can also tag it with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you want to keep track of that sort of thing, you can do that with Libby as opposed to Overdrive, which is nice. I like that. Over here, you could see the format, the author, the publisher, when it was released, how many copies are available, who it's for, and also the formats you can read it on. So you could read it natively through the Libby app. You could also read it through Kindle, or you could use an Adobe e-reader. You could see the general ratings. You can see the kind of sections they think this book belongs to. So it's fiction, it's literature, it's also science fiction, and it's a short story. Over here, you can see other comparable short story compilations, it looks like. So that's neat. If we go back here, the Explore button, again, you can look at genres, you can go to the top of the line of something, or theoretically you could. Looks like there's nothing available right now in that section. You can also take a look at what they have spotlighted. So let's take a look. Best Friends Forever. What's that? Ah, that's all about pets. And more specifically, it looks like dogs. Oh, there is a cat though. So that's nice. So again, I recommend if you're watching this video, go watch the video on Overdrive because it's the same information. It just, the way it's presented looks a little bit different. All of the same features are across both, other than the extra wish list and tagging features. I do want to point out that at the top of the screen, so you see what I just did there? I clicked on this little Libby icon, and it tells me that I'm at Washington Anytime Library with one card, and that's here. If you click See Library Cards, you could see how many cards you have. You could also add another card. So for example, I mentioned that I've got a Timberland card as well. Here's where I would add that, or alternatively, you can just add it right here as well. Both are exactly the same. There is a help and support feature. They do walk you through some of the steps and how to use Libby, which is really nice if you're still confused. All sorts of help features. One of the things I'm sure that Libby does, and I'm not entirely sure if Overdrive does, is that when you close an audiobook, so say you're listening to an audiobook and you close it on, say, your iPhone, it saves your position. And then if you open it up again on, say, your iPad, it will take you to that exact point in the audio. So it's kind of like a bookmarking feature. That way you don't lose your progress across devices. So that's a pretty nice feature. But yeah, we really love Libby here. We had Libby and RB Digital at one point, and Libby just kind of came out the clear winner with our patrons. It was much easier to use, and the content selection was just much more preferable. So yeah, we hope that you like Libby just as much as we do. It's one of our favorite resources here at the library. So anyway, this was Tech Tip Tuesday with Libby, and we'll see you next time. Bye.